Well, as you can see, the corn has been harvested and it tasted delicious. Had some fantastic corn soup yesterday. Nice Chinese corn soup. Brilliant. Incidentally, they're going to be preparing the field for corn again, so you're going to get fantastic fresh corn again in the next few months. I think I mentioned to you already, we're not, with this little house we're building, a little 2-bedroomed kitchen, bathroom, study property with terrace, large terrace. We are not digging into any savings to build this house, and we're not borrowing any money to build this house. You know, basically we're buying materials and paying our workers on the property weekly. So I'm not even using pension. What I'm basically doing is the work I do every week is paying for this house. So, you know, I'm doing my little projects I'm doing in my language, business English I'm doing with students in Korea and Japan and China and Taiwan. That is what's paying for this build, basically. So it's not about rushing it and getting it done as quickly as possible. It's more to do with cash flow management, which I'm applying a cash flow management process to building it, and we anticipate it being, I mean, now looking at how we're progressing fast, I mean, we could knock this out now very, very quickly, as the timber frame is nearly complete. But we're not going to go as fast as that. We'll continue to pay the workers, first of all, weekly for their work and effort, so they sustain their income for longer, basically. They'll sustain their income for longer, and we will get the process moving at a pace that we can afford in terms of cash flow. And that's how we'll manage this process. As you can see, removing some of our foliage in the back here as well gives us a much more open view of the field behind us now. We've still got the trees here, of course, which give us the shade, but now we've got the views starting to appear as well. Of course, the other thing to be aware of with timber is the termites, and wood treatment for termites is extreme. It doesn't matter how strong your wood may be when the type of wood you're buying. I mean, that is key. Of course, it is for your, particularly for your major foundation and support. But the wood's also got to have treatment, and good treatment. the wood, as we've been purchasing it, has, it's already treated the once as well, and we've given some treatment as it's been going up. But the intention here now, what we're going to do as well, is give it another hard session of treatment to keep the termites at bay as best we can. Termites can be devastating in this part of the world, in the tropics, and can eat through wood very, very quickly. By the way, that's our local volcano. You can see through the trees now as well, so that's something else you can pick up and we didn't see before. The desire was to have a timber frame house, a timber house, a cabin, you could say. We didn't want concrete. We're surrounded by concrete in this rural setting even, and it's horrible. Not what we want. We wanted to have timber. We wanted to bring a style of authentic, native feel to the property as well. So people ask, why are you building? Because we want to. Not because of the cost either. Actually, cost is, I've done some number crunching, and actually, to do it in concrete, the outer part of the house, it would have been cheaper, actually. But it would have looked like a horrible concrete box that we'd then have to paint and do things with, and I didn't want that. So that's why we're going for this particular style. To do it the way and it will be cooler. The other point about timber and bamboo in building a timber house is you're going to have a much cooler, with the design and the way we're doing it, it's going to be a much naturally cooler house. I don't mean cooler to look at, it'll be cooler to look at as well, but it will be cool inside. Who's got this here been in a fight with one of the compound dogs. She's a feisty little fighter, this one. Not the biggest dog, but wolf-like in terms of temperament. Hey, aren't you? Bruiser, yes? Yeah, you would think she's a little lady the way she looks sometimes, but yeah, she's a feisty little fighter. She gets involved. If any fight starts, she finishes them. Doesn't matter. She finishes them. Doesn't matter how big they are. Hey, don't you? Yeah, so if a dog comes onto our compound, it's a big, can be a problem. We've got this one out because she'll sometimes come across somebody who's going to know how to fight better than she can. Well, clearly it's going to be a hot one today, as it is every day. We're in the Philippines, of course, but this is the time of year before the real rains come. This is the time when temperatures can get quite high. Mad dogs and Englishmen are the only people you see around here at midday.